Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in my kitchen to do sort of an introductory video about the November Wellness Challenge that Sophia at My Great Challenge has issued. So thank you, Sophia, for sharing this part of your life with us and issuing this challenge. I'm kind of like you, a new planner gets me excited, and just seeing your excitement got me kind of on the same track where I thought, okay, November is a good month to start trying to pay just a little more attention to my wellness and see what positive changes we can make this month as we get into the holiday season. I am also using, of course, the Fly Ladies holiday cruising missions as part of just my overall plan of attack to the holidays to make it a more relaxed, less stressful, and enjoyable time for me and my family. So just as a quick introductory, I will actually probably turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what I have laid out. I don't have the Clever Fox planner that Sophia is using, but I loved some of the ideas in there. So what I've done is just set up some similar pages in my bullet journal for now, and that way I can start on this challenge with her in November. I'm not sure if I'll end up getting the Clever Fox planner. I may do that for the beginning of the year. I probably won't. I tend to get the idea that a planner sounds good, and then, as I mentioned in another video, my life and our schedule just always seems to not fit a pre-printed planner. I need more of my tea today. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll just kind of show you how I've set things up, some of the process that I went through to get ready for this challenge and what I'm working on. Today is Monday, November 5th, so I'm really just showing you sort of the beginning setup process, and I'll talk a little bit about how I did the first 5 days or so, 4 days of November. So here we go. Let's flip the camera around. Okay, so here we are. I've set you up so you can see my planner, and as I mentioned, I use a bullet journal, so this is my current bullet journal, and I had already set up my November month and weekly and daily spreads when I came across Sophia's video about the challenge. So I just added the pages that I'm using for the challenge at the end of November, which is fine. And so what I did is I basically just used the same concept that the Clever Fox planner had, as far as, some of the same prompts that Sophia went through on my own. So I filled out what I'm grateful for, what I'm passionate about, what brings me joy in life, skills I'd like to learn or habits I'd like to adopt, particularly through this monthly challenge. And some of the things I have on there are using a timer to focus. I'd like to get better about keeping up with my miracle morning routine, letting go of perfectionism, doing a daily yoga practice, even if it's just 5 minutes, being better about punctuality. I tend to be one of those people that thinks I can squeeze in 5 more tasks before I have to leave, and then inevitably that makes me late. So I'd like to pay more attention and be more mindful of that. Frugal living, just doing more with less and being creative about ways to have fun as a family without having to spend a lot. And healthy, mindful eating. I'll go into that in a little bit. Being productive, focused, and doing income increasing work and not just busy work. And then budgeting and saving. I'd like to be more consistent with that, and avoiding procrastination. And that kind of ties into the perfectionism. I tend to have that problem of waiting to do it perfectly instead of just getting it done. So, and let's see, my affirmations. These were ones I felt, some of them I had kind of heard from other people, some of them just came to mind, so that's what I did. So I have, I love money and money loves me. Now it may not sound positive, but I got this from Carol Tuttle. She's doing some, I guess, not podcasts, but like YouTube videos where she's just talking about little snippets of things. So she had one where she talked about money and your relationship to money, and really just approaching it as it's a form of energy. It can flow in and out of your life. You can use it to do good. You can change your mindset about it. So that was one of her affirmations that I liked. And if you don't know, Carol Tuttle has created the Dressing Your Truth system. So it's a way of finding patterns, styles, color schemes that work for you individually, and it's not based on anything to do with your skin tone or some of the other traditional systems that are out there. It's really more of an energy, a look at your energy. It's interesting. So she's got several books on it. I can link the description below where you can take her little energy profile. You just watch a video and it shows you the 4 different types and you decide which type you are. So if you know anything about that, I think I'm a type 3. I actually heard about it through Diane in Denmark here on YouTube. So thank you, Diane, for that. But what I love about it is it's just given me a better understanding about myself. And also, as I was purging my closet, it really helped me hone in on what I wanted to keep, what I no longer needed. And it's given me a better concept of what I'm looking for when I do go shopping. Even if it's just at Goodwill, I can really zero in on the specific colors I need, the specific styles I'm looking for, or fabrics I'm looking for. Anyway, so the Dressing Your Truth system has been really good, and I've been enjoying that. So anyway, back to my affirmations. I live in abundance and share my wealth with others. I show my love and care for my body in healthy, balanced ways. All that I need and more shows up for me at the right time. I am producing more by working less. I relax and enjoy my friends and family often. Just a reminder for me, because I seem to always find something else to work on, and I'd like to be better about being mindful and just taking time to enjoy life with my family and friends. I help others to live their best life in ways that are positive and fulfilling, and I can afford to believe in the possibility. And that was another one from Carol Tuttle, which I loved because she brought it up in the context of when you say, I can't do something because I can't afford it, or we can't buy that because I can't afford it, to instead change your phrasing and your mindset about it and just say, I can afford to believe in the possibility. So I liked that and added that as well. And these are the affirmations that I have been using in my morning affirmations, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So, all right, now this is the vision board, and I really enjoyed sitting down to do this. It's been years since I've created any kind of a vision board. I was actually purging magazines, and I thought, I'm just going to flip through these magazines and, pull out whatever works for, I think, or what appeals to me for my vision board. And actually quite a few of these came from some paint booklets that I'd gotten from the paint store with, like these here are names of their collections, but I was getting rid of those as well. And I thought, oh, this actually really appeals to me. So this says sense of calm, peace of mind, comfort of home, and colors of the spirit. And I just have a lot of other words and images that appeal to me, make me, really think positively about where things can go in my life and what I'm focused on now and what I'd like to bring more of into my life. So I really enjoyed having that, and I'm happy to have it here in my bullet journal. When I've done a vision board in the past, it's been on a bulletin board or, hung up in my office, and I like carrying this around with me and just being able to flip through it whenever I need a little inspiration. Then I went through and did my goals. So I did the same areas as what they have on the Clever Fox system: health, business and career, family and friends, spouse and romance, finance, personal development, fun and recreation, and spiritual. And just went through and created my goals for that. And then my focus, so I tried to narrow it down to the 5 goals. So I chose health, eating low carb, low sugar, Monday through Friday. I find that if I can at least focus on eating better Monday through Friday, that's doable. And then if I know that the weekend isn't as crucial and I'm going to give myself that time off, that works, and I can do that a little easier. So I'm going for that. Exercising, either walking or yoga, 5 times a week. So I live in a small town that's very hilly, and there aren't a lot of things that I need to walk to on a weekly basis, but one of them is a little part-time job I have 2 days a week, so I'm going to try and walk to that job more often. And then if we do, go to the library, or there's a couple other things we could do that we just walk to, I'd like to really make an effort to do that. or even just walking through town a little bit for some exercise. Right now, it's really rainy out there, so I'm not walking today, but I will try and get some yoga in today. And the other crucial thing for me is going to bed by 8:30. I tend to get up around 4:30 or 5 in the morning, partially because my husband gets up then. He leaves for work by 4:30, so it just kind of wakes me up, and once I'm up, my brain kind of turns on and I can't go back to sleep anyway. And I do enjoy having a couple hours in the morning before I need to get my daughter up for school, that I can just have my quiet time. That's when I can work on my Miracle Morning and any desk work. The days that I'm, not working at home, then that's my time at home to get anything done. So my point in saying all that is that it really is crucial for me to go to bed by 8:30. So that's my goal. Personal goal number 2 would be to do the Miracle Morning routine daily. My personal goal number 3 would be, my goal number 3 for career would be to create and use a customer care tracker. So I sell Jordan Essentials, which is bath and body products. And I, for months, have been saying I'm going to sit down and put all my customers into this customer care tracker that they have available. And I've just never done it. So that would be something I'd really like to get done in November, and then actually use it so I can just do a better job of keeping up with my customers and making sure everyone's happy and getting what they need and answering any questions I need to. For family goal, I wanted to really make a goal to try to meet once a week with my husband and my daughter to have a little family meeting. If nothing else, it's just good for us to touch base about what our schedule is for the week, what we have coming up, any there tends to always be something I need to talk over with my husband. And then I forget, we get home, we're just sort of both going in opposite directions, and I just forget to talk to him about it. So having the family meeting really is nice because it gives me a chance to do that as well. And then also making sure we have some family fun once a week. It doesn't have to cost anything, just, going to a different park or playground than what we normally go to so my daughter can play, that kind of thing. And then my finance goal is to create and use and keep up with a budget. I still struggle with maintaining a budget through the month and really using it, so I'd like to do better about that in November. Okay, sorry, I needed a sip of tea there. And then the mind map, so I just chose the word balance as kind of my key focus for these different areas, and thought about ways in each of the areas that I have my 5 goals in, that I could keep balance and reach the goals that I'm trying to work on. So that was good too. I really liked going through this whole thought process and thinking about my goals in this way. It's been a long time since I've taken the time to sit down and do something like this. So again, thank you, Sophia, for just bringing this to the forefront and giving us all this option to think about as we go into November and the holidays. And then my plan, I think I got this all filled out correctly. I was kind of getting myself mixed up between which week I was going to work on what thing and then what were the goals. But anyway, these are, I just filled out these 5 columns here, and then I tried to pick something each week to work on that would help get toward those goals. And then I'll go through and do the wins and the improvements at the end of the month. And then this is just kind of my note for this video as far as recap. And as you can see, I'm not any kind of amazing artist in my bullet journal. I tried to add a little bit of continuity and color, but in the end it got done. That's all that matters to me. So I am using the Boho Berry box, the subscription box that she has. This is one of the stickers that comes out in it. So this is the November tracker. I probably won't be using the mood tracking. I've done it in the past, and right now I want to focus on other things. So I listed out my Miracle Morning routine. If you're not familiar with the Miracle Morning, there's a book by, I believe it's, I can't think of his name. I'll link it below, but there's a book called The Miracle Morning. I think it's Hal Elrod, but I'm not sure if I'm mixing up which book he wrote. But anyway, he really talks about the importance of focusing on these 6 things every morning and how they can really help improve your life. So they are silence. The acronym is SAVERS, but they are silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. So as you can see, just starting out with the first, I went through, I always do really well with scribing because I consider working in my bullet journal and my planning process part of that. Since my daily pages, I do a little bit of journaling at the end of the day, so that's usually something I don't have any problem with. Reading is a struggle for me, and I'm not sure why, other than it's one of those things I don't slow myself down and take the time to read. I have several books I'd like to read right now, so I'd like to really be better about making time, even if it's 10 minutes in the morning, to sit down and read a little bit. Exercise, we've done two pretty good. This one on Sunday was like a hike up a pretty steep hill, so we did that. And then on Friday, I considered the exercise the fact that I was getting our house ready for some company and just did kind of a thorough clean of everything. And we have a two-story home, and there's laundry in the basement, so I was up and down the 2 flights of stairs between the 3 floors often and a lot, and kind of running all over, vacuuming and just sweeping and just all kinds of stuff, mopping. So I'm counting that as exercise. And then visualization, affirmations, and silence, I did not do as well. We had a really busy weekend, and my daughter's schedule was kind of off. So finally today I'm sort of back on track with that. But anytime I do it, it always feels good. It helps me get focused and centered for the day. So I know it's good. It's just one of those things where if I don't get up and really get moving and get all these in, suddenly it's time to get her up for school, and I'm still finishing the work I started, and I haven't taken the time to do these for myself. So anyway, that is it. So what I'd like to do better, well, let me backtrack a little bit. Some of my goals as far as eating, I didn't do great because it was post-Halloween and we have a big thing of candy sitting around, and that's my weakness. So this week I'm putting the candy aside, and that's my daughter's treat. You know, we have extra for guests too that visit us, but I really want to make the effort starting today to cut back on the sugar, cut back on the carbs. I've eaten keto, using the ketosis meal plan before. If I do it, it works really well and I feel a lot better, but it's really hard to keep up, and especially because I'm cooking multiple dishes for each meal sometimes. And anyway, so I've decided just to take it easy and just try to cut back on sugar, cut back on carbs, and more than anything, increase my sleep and increase my exercise just to bring more balance. So going forward for this week, that's my plan, is to, I've done my meal plan, so I already know I have some healthy meals planned to eat for the week, and I'm going to keep trying to get my daughter to bed early, to get myself to bed early, and to get my exercise in. So that is my recap. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Let me know if you're doing the challenge as well. Again, thank you, Sophia, for issuing this challenge, for bringing this whole Clever Fox system to us. I didn't know anything about their planner, so this has been really enjoyable for me, and it's been motivating to get through this prep process going forward. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and thanks for joining me. Have a good one. Bye-bye.